Yes, this is Tactical Red, and Tactical United. Then we're going to be talking tactics of that Man City, uh, Manchester United ball fest. I mean, I was depressed after the game. I couldn't even make a video because I was so depressed watching that embarrassment of a game. We're talking about Guardiola has obviously lost his touch. Like, he's scared of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He is scared of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he played for a draw. Like, I've never seen City at any time do that ever. That was the most shocking performance from Pep. Like, we did not play well in that game, but Pep and Manchester City gave us that game, gave us that draw. They didn't want to win. They didn't want to win. I don't know if it was a fixed game. I don't know if the bookies got influenced in the game at halftime. Said, "Look, we're gonna give you 100 mil if you don't fucking." I don't know, but that game was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. You know, City had like two chances. They should have scored at least one of them, but still, they didn't even go for it. They didn't make any substitutions. Like, they didn't do anything for the game. They basically handed that game on the plate for Manchester United. And Oli, in his naivety and his amateuristic level of football, couldn't take advantage of the fact that Pep was scared of us. And he didn't make any substitutions too, because Ollie's probably just copying Pep like, oh, what's he gonna do? He's not making any substitutions, maybe I shouldn't. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. And he said he was completely happy with that performance. How can he be completely happy with not having creating any real chances? How can he be completely happy being at Old Trafford and not winning again? Like, he's played Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Tottenham, West Brom, and Crystal Palace, and we have only won one of those games. Yeah, one of those games. Like, he's an amateur. We got Sheffield United, which is a banker. It's a banker because Southampton are beating them right now. They're rubbish. Sheffield United are by far the worst team in the league by, like, I don't know how they stayed up, because they I didn't know how they stood up last season because they was horrendous. But tactically speaking, about the Man City Man United game, he played Greenwood on the right, Rashford up front, Pogba on the left, Bruno number 10. Now, what is the obsession with playing like this? Is what happens if you see how we played. Greenwood on the left, because we don't have any possession in the midfield. Yeah, when you have players like Greenwood and Pogba in your team, yeah, you need to have a midfield that keeps the ball, because they're not about this like Dan James, Rashford type football. They're not about moments. Like, they're not a moment type of player. Even though they do things in moments, they actually play well for the whole game, and they need a feel of the ball to feel the groove, feel their groove and stuff. We play McTominay and Fred had a good game. McTominay played okay too, give him his dues, but when he plays Man City, he doesn't have to do a lot. There's not a lot expected of him. Like, he's just there to break up play, to just give it one touch, whatever. That's what he's there to do, and he did it. But he's still not covering. He's still not a CDM, because McTominay does not cover, does not protect the defense. He doesn't protect that defense. Like, he's a body, but he doesn't know how. He doesn't have the intelligence to protect the defense. He doesn't. He can get about the pitch, but no intelligence. He doesn't know how to. He just knows how to foul and break up play, and he's just a scumbag. But when you play McTominay and Fred in the midfield, you need to be able to keep. They're not going to give. They're not going to have the ball retention that, let's say, a Matic and Van der Beek would have. That's what team I would have went with against City, because City, you need the ball to score against City, and you can counter attack against them, but their defense has got a lot better. So I would have played Matic and Van der Beek in that midfield. And, Bruno Fernandes, this is Bruno Fernandes that, some Man United fans understand who he is. Some Man United fans think he's amazing. Like, as Man United fans, we know what type of player Bruno Fernandes is. I do anyway. I know that he is a moment player, where he does many poor things in many moments, and he does a couple of good things in some moments, and he'll score a goal, make an assist, do things, have a shot. I'm not saying he's rubbish, but I'm just saying, if you saw the game yesterday that we played against Man City, that performance is no surprise to some Man United fans who know what Bruno is. Because there's some Man United fans out there that don't know what Bruno is, and they think he's this god of a player, and he's not. He's a leader, there's no doubt. He's a top performer, but he's not what a lot of people think he is. He's not. But he's still good, and we still need him. Rashford, I've been saying this from day one. He's just poor for me, just inconsistent for me. It just never seems like he's gonna be a top player. Like, he's gonna have top moments and big moments, but he doesn't feel like a top player for me. He just doesn't feel like a top player. Top players do certain things, and with Rashford, when it gets to the crucial things, something lets him down. His control, his finish, his movement, his anticipation. He's 23 years old now. Like, come on, you need to be kicking on. He should be leader of the team. Ole plays you every single game, never takes you off. Doesn't matter how poor you're playing, and you still don't produce the goods. I'm sick of Rashford. I'm sick of him, to be honest. I know we can utilize him, but you know what? At the same time, I don't blame him. I blame this poor management and this poor coaching setup that we have. It's poor. It's horrendous, actually. It's horrendous. It's horrendous. 2 years down the line, and we've not improved. 2 years down the line, we don't have a system. 2 years down the line, we don't have a pattern of play. 2 years down the line, he's just in it for he's in it for survival. He's a cockroach. He's a cockroach. Like what he's doing right now is just being a cockroach, and he's just surviving bombs all the time. He just keeps surviving. I don't know how he does it, but he's surviving everything. Like, he's surviving it all, and it's like you can't get rid of him. Like, I mean, even if he lost it, he still would have had his job. And the thing is, that's the thing. The funny thing is that this is the crucial thing for me. Against Leipzig, when we have a crucial result, the players are not focused. And then when we lose a game, all of a sudden they switch on. That tells me there's a clear lack of motivation and a clear lack of leadership, because you can't motivate your players. You have to use, and I said this before, you have to use external sources to motivate your players. Like, you have to utilize a loss to Leipzig to motivate your players. You have to utilize, losing 6-1 to motivate your players. You have to utilize losing against Crystal Palace and Brighton, or nearly losing to Brighton anyway, we should have lost, and losing to Arsenal and that to motivate your players. You losing to Besiktas to motivate your players. Like, you don't actually do anything. Right? You do things based upon what's happened in the previous game. You don't actually have any plan or tactics or anything going on. Like, it's just day by day. It's like, what are we going to do today, guys? Did you hear what he said against Leipzig? He said something about, oh yeah, we're going to think about it for a few minutes. Wow. I mean, it's just like, it's like, does he not analyze does he not go back in the meetings and analyze the game, and does he like point out what players are doing? I don't think he does. Like, I think in the meetings it's all like, we're going to move on, we had a bad game and we're going to move on. He doesn't actually highlight what players are doing wrong, because these players consistently do these things wrong, consistently. And, the thing with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is, right, when you hear him talk, like, he knows about football. Even though he says all this crap about, oh yeah, it's our best performance, he's only saying that to survive. He's only saying that to convince the board, because the board don't know anything about football. But he knows about football. But the issue is with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he is such a weak man. As you can see by playing Pogba. He's such a weak man that he cannot get the best. He can't tell a player, like, this is what you're doing wrong. Like, he can't do that. Like, he's too scared to upset anyone, because he doesn't want to upset anyone, because he doesn't want to. He wants to make everyone feel happy. And because he's weak. And not because he wants a good mood and good vibes. It's because he's weak and he can't do anything but make people happy. He can't upset anyone. Honestly, like, I don't know. I just think, and he bullies, he always picks on weak players. I mean, when you look at someone like Dan James, right? He's come to Manchester United, right? Last season. Yeah, played like 4 or 5 games, and then he definitely should leave in January. Definitely Dan James should leave. Definite, like he needs to leave for his career. He needs to leave. He should go to Leeds and play with Bielsa, and Bielsa can get the best out of him. Ollie was lauding about him, but look, I said from the beginning when we signed Dan James, he's rubbish. Now I know he's rubbish. Like, I think he can do some things. Like, he can do some things, but you know, signing Dan James isn't gonna make you win a title. He's just about a squad player, and he now and then he'll be on the bench. That's what I mean by just about. Like, he'll be on the bench for maybe 3 games, and then a couple of games he won't be on the bench. Just about a squad player. Might play a League Cup game here and there. Do you get what I'm saying? That's his level. So he's just basically like a lower tier footballer in the Premier League or Championship player, which is what he really is. And Ollie signed him and was raving about him. Where is he now? Wan-Bissaka. He's cost us 2 European... Wan-Bissaka has cost us 2 European games, important elite games. Semi-final Sevilla, Wan-Bissaka and Leipzig. Wan-Bissaka has cost us more money than we've spent on him. But, you know, that won't get mentioned because Ollie thinks he's great. And I feel sorry for Wan-Bissaka because the expectation level that they put on Wan-Bissaka, it's like he expects to do everything. I feel sorry for the guy. It's under so much pressure. Like, if you see how he plays, he has to do everything. He has to tackle, he has to defend well, he has to attack well, he has to press, he has to... Like, he does everything with no help on that right-hand side. Like, you know, it's just embarrassing. You know, Van der Beek doesn't get used. He doesn't even know how to utilize Van der Beek. Like, he picks McTominay over Van der Beek. Like, I don't know what is the obsession with McTominay. I think he likes McTominay because he's tall and Scottish, and Fergie likes him. And I think Fergie's in his ear all the time about McTominay because Fergie loves his Scottish man. Come on, man. Fergie's old now. You have to remember he had brain surgery like not too long ago. Like, he's my guy. Fergie's the Don of Dons, but you can't be taking advice from Fergie. And it's like, and he's outdated. He was outdated even in 2013 because look at that team we had. It was only because of his managerial motivation why we won that league, you know. But when I look at Fergie and everything like that, and you know, it's just a situation where, like, with Fergie and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he needs Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to leave. He needs to leave. He's a League One manager at best. I don't believe that he could ever become a Premier League manager. I don't believe any Premier League manager would ever sign him. I don't believe he would ever win any trophies at Manchester United. Even Gary Neville and Roy Keane are starting to realise that he's crap. But they probably knew he's crap before, but they couldn't say it on TV, but they know he's crap. And him coming out saying that that's the best performance against City is a shocking statement. His last statement against City was, "Oh, it shows how good we are when City are playing their best team against us." I mean, ultimately, you have to blame the board. You have to blame the board. You can't even blame Solskjaer anymore. I'm not even angry at Solskjaer anymore. Because it's blatantly obvious that he's rubbish. It's blatant. It's blatantly obvious that he's rubbish. It was obvious to me a long time ago. My first video, the words I said was, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can win us a trophy. I just don't think he's good enough to win us a trophy. This is what I thought from the beginning. Now, people might say, well, he wasn't brought into that. He was, because if you've been given a permanent contract from Man United, you are expected to win trophies. All the previous managers have won trophies, except Moyes. You've been here 2 years, and we're not winning Champions League. I don't want to win Europa League, but we're not going to win that either. we're not going to win the FA Cup because Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Everton, or someone will knock us out. Southampton, someone will knock us out. Believe. You know, if we get like top tier Premier League clubs, 50-50. So, you know, I can't see us winning anything. I think he's going to be given to the end of the season because our board is incompetent. Ed Woodward is incompetent, and Ed Woodward would always. Ed Woodward likes him. The reason why Ed Woodward was there is because he does what the Glazers want him to. The reason why Ollie's there is because he does what Woodward wants him to. The reason why McTominay's there is because he does what Ollie wants him to. These people don't care about quality. They only care about do as I say and back me, and then you can get what you want. In Man United, the whole structure is based on everybody doing as they're told, not everybody getting the best out of what they are or what they have. It's about doing as they're told and back your superior. This is all that it is. And for me, it's embarrassing. For me, we're not a proper club. For me, I'm losing respect for Manchester United. Like, I'm losing respect. I don't respect Manchester United as a football club because you have this man as your manager, even though he's clearly a failure and he's clearly not going to do anything. You know it. Everyone knows it. You can ask most Man United fans. They will know it. If you ask them face to face, not on Twitter, because them Twitter fans, they just have agendas, half of them. The ones that back Ollie have agendas. I'm sorry. You do. Because if you back Ollie now, to this day, you're either really stupid or you have an agenda. As simple as that. You can't back Ollie. You can't. It's cringing. It's cringeworthy if you're backing Ollie. Like, how? So, you know, this is how I see things anyway. You know, we got Sheffield United in a week. He'll win that game, and I don't even care about winning that game. If we win by 1 goal, it's a failure. If we win by 1 goal, this is a team that hasn't won a game all season. This is the team's only got 1 point all season. If we draw against Sheffield United, he should be sacked, but he won't. Even if we lose, he won't get sacked. That's what we're talking about here. Then we got Leeds. I think we'll beat them because counter-attack would destroy that team. Like, we'd destroy that team with counter-attack. But Bielsa might be on his job. I don't know. I think Leeds are getting tired. I don't think they can maintain this type of performances every week. And they're going to play 3 games now in a week, which they're not used to. And I think by the time it comes around to play Man United, I think they'll be tired. I do. And I think we'll beat them as well. I think against Sheffield United, I expect to see Van der Beek. He will play Van der Beek. He will, and he'll play Dean Henderson too. You know, he'll pull out all his like people that don't get games. You know, Henderson, Matic, maybe Mata might play as well. Do you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. 1 second. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens in that game. But as for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he needs to go. I'm just bored now. I'm bored. I'm just bored because I know what it is. I'm just bored of watching us. I'm bored of watching Man United because even if we win, we're never gonna win a title. We're never gonna get anywhere. So even if we win 5 games, that's why I always say I'm Ollie out, because I don't care what happens. We're never gonna win a league, and that's the bottom line. The bottom line, you don't win games. You don't like. We're not Southampton. You know, we're not like Leicester and that. We don't just win games to win games. We win games to have a purpose. But it seems like we're winning games just to win games nowadays. Like, you've seen, we just, you know, Ollie saying like we had a good performance against City. We're just doing that. Like, his mentality is low tier. Like, this guy played for Man United. Like, this is why he was on the bench, bro. This is why he was on the bench, because his mentality is crap. He's not consistent. He wasn't a consistent player. That's why he'd be on the bench. Like, he's not a consistent manager. He was an interim manager. He was a substitute player. The guy has never, ever been that top tier man ever in his life. Like, he's had a chance to be management. Mulder, he won the league in a shit league. a load of money, because Molde were backed financially in that league, and then he's now come to Manchester United, and he clearly can't do anything with us. He's been backed completely. 300 plus million has been given to him, and we're out of the Champions League by a Leipzig team that probably costs nothing, or nothing close to our team. Like, I would take Nagelsmann in a heartbeat. I would take him in a heartbeat. Look at the difference level of management. Like, Nagelsmann is top tier now. Like, we gotta say Nagelsmann is top tier. Like, we're talking about a guy who got semi-finals last season. He's battling it out with Bayern Munich. Yeah, this is not a shit team, you know. And you know what? We're not a shit team either. I guarantee if we had Nagelsmann, we could win Champions League. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'm telling you. Like, people were always complaining about, oh, your defense. Like, you hear all these guys bitching about the defense, yeah? But the defense ain't as crap as some other defenders. Believe me. Like, Lindelof is not crap. Like, Shaw isn't crap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Wan-Bissaka, he needs coaching. Maguire, for me, he's crap. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, for me, he's crap. But he's tall. And he can win aerial battles. And he has good positional. He has good... Not, I wouldn't call it positional sense, because him always drift going back so deep. He goes so deep because he's scared of any ball over the top. So that's not good positional sense. But no, he's not good. I'm sorry, he's not good. I'm trying to find ways to defend Maguire. I can't. He's not good. If I was the manager, he wouldn't be in my team. I'm not sure a lot of managers would have him in his team. I know Gareth Southgate loves him, but Gareth Southgate is as stupid as Ollie. Believe me, he's as stupid as Ollie. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm just not looking forward to Man United games anymore. I'm just keeping it real, because I'm just not looking forward to it, because it's just the same. Like, what's the point? He's still gonna be there. We're not gonna improve. He's still not gonna get the best out of players. I imagine, like, he can't get the best out of Pogba, Rashford, Greenwood, Martial, Van der Beek, even Bruno Fernandes. You think, like, if imagine, like, what Bruno Fernandes is now. Imagine him under a proper manager. Come on, man. But it's like, he's not getting the best out of no one. No one he's getting the best out of. Just McTominay. Because McTominay is performing at his highest octave of level. The highest octave McTominay can perform. This is what he's doing right now. This is the best we're going to get from McTominay. And he can only get the best out of the basic Tesco's biscuits. Basic Sainsbury's biscuits players. That's all I'm saying. So, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to a new manager coming in, making, like, a manager who can make players play better, make the team play better. That's what I'm looking forward to, because I want to see what this team can actually do, because I actually don't know. And that's what I have to say. I'm Tactical United. No, I'm Tactical Red. This is Tactical United. Man United, I'm boring out here. Boring. Up and down. It's just boring.